Right, this is Marco Palmero, founder of Ulysses in Dubai. And in this video, I want to talk about the off-market deal flow service that we provide at Ulysses. So substantially, the capabilities that we have in sourcing, qualifying, and presenting off-market acquisitions and investment opportunities to companies that want to enter the UAE and Middle East. The reason why I want to talk about that a little bit more in specific is because sometimes I get asked, well, is the deal flow that you're going to provide going to be recycled as you deal with different people? And so I want to dive a little bit more into the question and address potential concerns of people that might think that deal flow is limited in UAE and Middle East, which is of course not the case, but I will explain what I mean by that in a second. First of all, let's start by saying that the engagements that we take for off-market deal flow are generally quite limited, just a couple each quarter. And in many cases, we don't get involved with companies that are in the same sector. So that alone already addresses the question quite well. We don't have companies that might have, interests that are aligned or in conflict. And so it is pretty much impossible for us to recycle deal flow amongst different companies, amongst different engagements. But in addition to that, it is important to mention that the market in UAE and Middle East is vibrant. And by vibrant, I mean opportunities are coming on a weekly and monthly basis. So the dynamics of the market compared to Europe and America are a lot different. And I use Europe and America as examples because those are the markets where I operated in the past. So a lot of more businesses go up for sale in UAE and Middle East. And as a consequence, the stream of opportunities that we're able to access is significantly higher. Now, not all of these opportunities are good, of course. And the point here is that the off-market deal flow service that we provide is focused on identifying out of the market opportunities. So companies that are not necessarily listed in any place. So they're not through brokers, they're not through investment bankers, what have you. And so are these companies going to be recycled over time? Well, of course not, because there are so many of them that we simply don't need to recycle acquisitions and or opportunities for businesses. The beauty of this market is that new opportunities come on a monthly basis. And so with our quarterly engagements, we're able to provide fresh opportunities to each engagement. And people will always get access to the quality and the top-notch opportunities available as they step into the market. And that is really the tremendous competitive advantage that people get from the off-book deal flow service that we provide. Substantially, we source deals that are not available to other people. And so they get access to premium targets that are less competitive and in most cases also better from an acquisition standpoint. And those are unique opportunities. Some of them might not be listed forever. Some of them might only be available for a limited amount of time. The dynamics of the market here are constantly evolving, constantly changing. And what I had to learn when I first came here is that there are a lot of things that are changing rapidly. And as a consequence, you need to be able to adapt to the situation in order to make the most out of this market. And from a deal flow perspective, that is ideal because for companies that wish to benefit from our off-book deal flow service, it is actually easier to access quality opportunities on a consistent basis and at the same time avoid all the painful processes they will need to go through on their own. So building the relationships, building the connections, the lack of data, the outdated brokerage and investment banking model that doesn't really work because it doesn't put the client in control. And so all that to say that each client will get access to opportunities that are unique. And the beauty of that is really that they will get to remain anonymous until they decide they want to commit to the deal. And at that moment, they can take full control of the opportunity and handle the acquisition process on their own. The beauty really of the off-book deal flow service that we provide is that we focus on identifying, qualifying, and presenting the opportunities to the client. And that creates a very strong system for them because one, they can source opportunities anonymously without exposing their interest in a certain market, but then they can take control of the sale process and they don't have an intermediary they need to deal with. And that is the real strength of our off-book system. Fresh opportunities that are not available on the market. Generally speaking, they're premium opportunities and not available to everyone. So less competitive as a consequence. So the point here is the opportunities are fresh, and the true beauty of this market is that there's so many businesses that go up for sale on a weekly basis that you would really be surprised in seeing that there's really nobody that you're gonna fight with to compete for deals. And that's really one of the things that made our off-book deal flow system so valuable, because again, we don't really need to struggle in competing with other people for deals. There's so many that become available that we can just focus on doing what we do best, which is identifying targets that are not available to everyone. And we will keep sourcing those for our clients in many different sectors, subject to their needs and their desires. And so every single engagement will give people access to unique and premium of market acquisitions. And that's really what will give people a competitive advantage, companies a competitive advantage. Because if they're looking for a way to streamline their deal flow process in the Middle East without deviating and without diverting their attention from the acquisition that they might have in other geographies, this service is the perfect fit for them. Because again, it enables you, if you're one of them, to outsource your deal flow sourcing process, stay in control of the deals that you currently have, and get opportunities anonymously and start qualifying the market. Once you're ready to step in, boom, you can take the opportunity, control it fully, and start executing on the transaction. That's really what gives us tremendous leverage in the market, because it's a relationship that is focused on the client and is putting the client in control. It has worked so well because we build it for our own business first. And so we create it to be efficient and excellent for us. As a consequence, now we can make it available to other people, and it can deliver tremendous results for other companies. So if you're interested in the off-book deal flow services that we provide, check the link down in the description. You'll find an application form for that, because of course we take only a few engagements on a quarterly basis. So subject to availability, we'll be happy to work with you. The off-book service in a nutshell will work with 3 separate steps. We'll first qualify your requirements. We'll kind of like understand a little bit better what you need and how we can serve you from a deal flow perspective. And then we'll start the qualification process, which is the step 2, which will give you access to opportunities that again are fresh and they're off market. And you will do all that without disclosing your own name. Once you're to that point, then you can start selecting them. And as you find the best suitable candidates, you can then step in, take control of the transaction when you're ready, and start the negotiations and the execution. So if you're interested in the off-book deal flow services, make sure you check the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.